How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. Thank you so much for having me on the show. This is amazing. You're amazing.
hmm Um, it's been 1 year recently since you released your debut album, and
Right.
what has changed in this year?
You know, I think the biggest change for me has been growth, because I have been a songwriter for a while now, and just being able to write for myself and find my own voice and being able to create for myself, whereas before I was creating for other people. I think that's been the biggest change, is just being able to grow as a songwriter, writing for myself, and trying to figure out what I want to say as an artist.
What do you want to? What message do you want to send to people in your songs when you sing?
I think for me, the biggest message that I want to send to people is, for me, growing up, my mother and father, they always taught me how important it is to love everyone, no matter what race, gender, religious background, you love everyone. And I think that has always stayed strong in my heart. And so I think messages of love and positivity is very important to me, and that's the message that I want to send.
Mhm. You said that you're now in your hometown in Salt Lake City, but I know
Yes.
that you have also mm, Tongan roots. Can you
Yes.
explain it? Can you tell me more
Yes.
about it?
Sure. So my roots are in Tonga. Both of my mother and father are Tongan, but actually my father, my father's parents migrated from, or came from Tonga to Hawaii, and so I'm Tongan, but my dad was born in Hawaii. And then my mom, she's Tongan as well. She was born in New Zealand. So yeah, I definitely um, like to um, represent my roots, because it's such a small, tiny island. It's something that I'm very that I take pride in.
Yeah. Can we hear some Tongan influence in your music?
I have a song out called Suka Suka. It was never formally released, but it is out on SoundCloud, and it actually has Tongan in it. There are other surrounding islands, like Samoa, and Hawaii, but I do have Tongan, Samoan, and Hawaiian languages, all in that song, as well as English. Um, Other than that, I like to bring a little bit of island feel to my music. But I also like to mix it up. I am a songwriter, and I write in every genre, and so I like to add a little bit of everything that I like into my music.
Mhm. And it connects with reggae music, which is from other islands, not
Yes,
Pacific.
yes. Shout out to Jamaica.
How it meets reggae and your Tongan. When you discovered that music?
When I was little, you know, okay, so reggae and reggae influence is very big with islanders, and I think maybe it comes from just all being in islands, and having that laid back feel, kind of, so to speak. And so I think that reggae music has always been kind of like a heartbeat for us islanders, and so kind of mixing the two and bringing them together, to create whatever it is, a different feel, a new feel for maybe some people, but that kind of laid back, and I think that kind of feel is is a very fun feel, and it's very strong for me, and I love it. I love doing reggae music.
And what about continental states? Do you think it's also quite popular music in other parts of the USA now?
I think so. I think it's continually growing. I think as far as reggae music, I feel like you can't deny that. And you know what? It's hard to even explain, but that feel that it gives you kind of a feel of warmth. And I think that people gravitate towards that. And I love that about reggae music. So I definitely think it's growing here, especially with, um, pop and country artists gravitating towards kind of a reggae feel is really cool. And I just think music all around is so beautiful because uh, it doesn't matter if we speak different languages, the music still stands on its own and it goes straight through to the heart. So I love that about music and reggae.
Your last album is called Queendom.
Yes.
Yes, and um, I'm not sure, but I think it's kind of demonstration of power of femininity,
Yeah,
and uh, it's your message also to women around the world to uh, celebrate what they are.
yes, I definitely it's a message of celebration. That's exactly it. It's not to put down men. It's not to say that we are better, but it's to celebrate womanhood. Because I think that many times we as women can lose our way, just like anyone else. But I think that it was really important to me, especially because I have a 7-year-old daughter. Her name is Redemption, and it was really important to me to put out that message of celebration, celebrating women. So
And what do you think? Reggae music is still dominated with men, I think.
yes,
And this year, I know that the reggae Grammy, goes to the woman. So it shows
yes,
that girls have power.
yeah, it's a beautiful thing. I mean, even though reggae right now technically is dominated by men, there aren't as many women reggae artists. I don't think that it's a bad thing. I think that any gender, if they do music, it's a good thing. To put out positive music is a good thing.
Mhm. Okay, we have now quite dark times because of the pandemic.
Rest, right?
What how it looks in your country now? Do you
You
have
know,
problems to meet with people to move?
yeah, it's increasingly growing harder to travel. The numbers are growing here, and it's very sad. It's very unfortunate. But I think that uh, if we can continue to just self quarantine and help others by staying in, um, I think I think we'll come out okay. And here in the States, they have become more and more strict about going out. Um, and so I think for me personally, I've used this time to stay in and to grow as an artist. I've been writing a lot and just enjoying time with family, enjoying the little things. And I, I, I put in a post one of the other days, we can be quarantined physically, but they cannot quarantine hope. They cannot quarantine love. They cannot quarantine positivity. And I think that's something that I hope that people find, no matter where they live. I hope that they find that that they can still have hope for better days. And I hope all of this ends soon, because I think people are ready to come together again. So.
Mm-hmm. And I think that time of isolation is also a good time to discover some music, and
Right.
we have more time for it.
Yes.
Can you recommend something, some special music which runs you these
You know,
days?
I've actually been listening to an artist called Alan Stone. I discovered him a few years ago, but his music is beautiful, and I've been listening to a lot of that lately. And so I'd highly recommend Alan Stone.
Okay. And as you said, you're writing now new songs, so we will get new album soon, I guess.
Yes, I am working on another album. It is almost finished. I am working on getting a few more features to collaborate with me on certain songs. But I would definitely say, what I can say about this album is that it continues with that message of love and positivity, but it has a lot of I guess a lot of elements that for me personally are stepping up from the last album. And so I think it's definitely an album of growth, and that was the most important thing to me. And so I'm very excited to share it, and I'll be coming out with some new music very soon.
Do you have a date when you're gonna release it?
Right now I don't have a date. I will probably release a couple singles from the album before I release the album, but I'm hopeful that it will be released this year. We'll see, but I'm hoping it'll get released this year.
Audycja Pozytywnie Nastrój na antenie Radia 5. Zanurzymy się w pulsacji muzyki rodem z Jamajki. Nowości, klasyka, korzenie i kultura. Poniedziałek 20. Zapraszam, Zbigniew Ostrowski.